Hello everybody, and welcome to Storytime with Rawrzaur. Today, I have a very fascinating tale of a man named Iido. Iido could make the weirdest shit happen with that magic muffin of his in his paws. Ride that panda until your underwear turns into banana filling, he said as he raised that strangely tasting poo and liverwurst muffin in the air. Then, after Dora the Explorer came out with Captain Crunch, singing Katamari Damacy. Na 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 na. The zebras were going crazy for the monkey's ass cracked, named Jojo. All the human males privates jumped off their host, groaned their own personality, and madly waiting to make mad love to every hooker in New York. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And setting fire to every building that had the Beatles records in them. The muffin's powers were going crazy. His friend Dan told him that the only way to suppress the strange muffin's powers were to jam it up Barack Obama's ass crack. A damn near impossibility. How the fuck am I supposed to cram a muffin up his ass? He asked. How the hell should I know? These muffins are fucking weird, Dan replied. Iido paid a lot of money for that magic muffin. That nasty tasting, non-rotting muffin that had wild powers. Its powers were getting worse no matter what Iido and Dan tried. They could not get rid of this thing. As things started to get tense, their jaws dropped when they saw Borgin in a thong, acting like a pimp. Oh yeah, he's a pimp. Constipation happened as the Teletubbies came out of Dan's ass. They were terrified, running away from the demented Teletubbies. The Mexican Superman came out having oral sex with a Dodongo from Dodongo's cavern. What the fuck? Thought Dan. We better find Obama then. Oh wait, no, it's WTF, thought Dan. We better find Obama then. As they tried to come up with a plan, the Counts came out from the magical fairies, ass crack of oblivion, singing about screwing everything in sight, including himself. For the Count's sake, I'd like to see the physics involved in fucking a cobweb. Or the candles, or spiders, Dan replied. Me too! Dan, we really need to get rid of this thing. Jumping on a giant masturbating camel, thinking it would help them get to the White House. The weirdness was just getting from funny to downright dumb. The airbag in the camel's back exploded, causing Iido and Dan to fly in the air, making them land in the middle of Lake Eat, Tink, Litty, Kaka. What the fuck? They both said as they saw that the lake was filled with a fat hamster that had a big orange on his head and a huge banana crumbed up his left nostril, saying, "The squirrels! How long do they think they can hide that? I know I am just a paranoid turtle with a rocket strapped to its back, but little did they know the pandas do suffer from paranoia, schizophrenia." With their heads turned, looking at each other like they have just went into a nightmare, Iido and Dan slowly stepped back. That gave me nightmares about Santa with a chainsaw coming in my asshole, and then shit in my bladder gland, and chop the shit up to make room, and then come out my anus, all covered in my shit. Then I shit his shit. Oh, great, it's affecting me now. Dan replied, "Just be glad Spirit isn't here." Yeah, that would just be too much. You know, you sure are lucky you don't ride a little yellow wiener like mine. Mine flies and there's birds everywhere that crap on your head, along with a flying beaver that takes a big dump on your head as you get off. At least they fly me through the halls all throughout my day. I told someone else about this, and they said their giant ass made of cheese ran me over, said a strange voice. As they both looked up and saw it was Spirit with a diaper on his head, juggling zebras' wilts in the air. "You will motivator, and the world shall taste my eggs. Just great. I had to open my mouth, said Dan. You now know the secrets of making fluffy cheesecakes out of chocolate fountains in your backyard, Spirit replied. Suddenly, Iido and Dan was teleported to the White House. Finally, we can end this crap, Iido. But they soon found that getting in was far harder and weirder. On the door they saw a riddle. It said, roses are red, nuts are brown, skirts go up pants, go down body to body, skin to skin. When it's stiff, stick it in. It goes in dry and comes out wet. The longer it's in, the stronger it gets. It comes out dripping and starts to sag. What am I? What the hell? They said as they were kinda laughing. They stared at each other and busted up laughing. They couldn't believe it. Iido tried answering balls. The door replied, wrong answer. It's used Tetley's teabag. Screw this, said Dan with a look on his face like he just heard a bad joke. What am I supposed to do? Try to stop the evil llamas from stealing the world's supply of maracas. Have you seen that cow on my roof? He shits rainbows, and when I looked up, I was like, what the fuck? A magic banana? But then the crab people stole my pie. A pie that held my credit cards. Then I told my pie to turn off my toaster and to stop raping the woodland critters and make an omelet. It's like a cyclops with a million eyes that has heat vision issued by the government. Underground group known as Exploding Milk. All in a big fight over my hooch. Why? Because you're Australian. Then when the great mighty Pooh came out, Iido screamed, I had my volume on, I didn't know this would happen, and we were in the family room, and I played it, everyone looked at me, and I was like a talking carrot, ah! But then the bunny in my closet tried to kill me, but then Wise the monkey after me. Then out of the blue, Barack Obama came out saying, you fool! No, I'm Barack Obama, came out saying, you fool! It all makes sense. It's terrible. The panda! He knows too much. Why did you do my sister last night? The damn dirty hooves came out with that unnecessarily Weasley squeezing machine to create that damn muffin. Dan replied, are you fucking kidding me? Enough talk. Spread your legs and smile, you ass. You're eating muffin. Iido dashed to him, trying to scratch an opening in his pants and underwear and switch. He went scratch, 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 scratch. Dan power glumped Obama. Something must have wrong because the muffin's powers were going totally nuts. Things like disembodied floating baby heads and poopy diapers singing Mother Goose stories. Iido cram it up his ass. We have to end this now. And with one big hearty heave, Iido jammed that muffin up there with all his strength. Eat muffin, you prick! Said Iido with a bit anger. With the muffin up Obama's ass crack, he was in a flurry of random phrases as if a robot. You cherries, you are all cherries. Out to steal my penis pie. And the dairy industry, haha. I ate a whole jar of olives with a turtle, boo-hoo, wah-ah. Lady Gaga, aha, aha, blah blah. And with one big fart cloud explosion, Obama went boom. The weirdness was stopping, and the world was returning to normal. Let's just go home. Next time we get muffins, we're going to a bakery. Dan said after dealing with the damned muffin. No more muffins, period. Iido remarked. They walked into the sunset, with the weirdness dying behind them. Sent to zeromegamanx. Challenge. Issued by Spirit the Wolf. To say this out loud on camera without cracking up. This has been Storytime with Rawrzaur. I hope you enjoyed it, children. Adieu!